are live. Cool. I pressed the button, guys, all by myself. Are you proud of me? I know you guys are proud of me. We got hey, what's up, Laura? What's up, Nick? Yeah, we're gonna talk about this, Laura. I'm super upset. I was a couple of minutes late. I do apologize. I've been crying all day with the loss of another great beard. but we're gonna be there. Do they come with orange soda? Come on, somebody gets the reference. What's up, Berdine? What's up, all you amazing people here from TikTok? We appreciate you coming over. And yeah, for anybody that doesn't know or can't see this, tonight's guest is Brandon J McDermott. Super excited. This has been a long time coming. For anybody that has been watching this show for a long time, you know he is the world's greatest newsman, and we've been missing him. He's had a lot of stuff going on. We're going to catch up on what he has going on, what he's been up to, and we're going to I'm super excited. We were just chatting backstage for a little bit, and we were a little late because of that as well, but it's just going to be awesome to catch up. And yeah, I don't know if you guys are ready, but I'm ready. So we're going to do the intro, and guess what? We're on the Talking Beards YouTube. How exciting is that? Talking Beards Network is now live pretty much every day of the week on the YouTube. They've moved from Facebook to the YouTube. Super excited to continue to be a part of that. So make sure you guys head on over to Talking Beards on YouTube. Smash that subscribe button. Show that amazing network some love. The Blur, I haven't seen you. I'm glad you're back. Respect for dropping a new release. Got to get back to it. Hey, I appreciate you popping in that comment. Cannot wait for the new release. And yeah, much love. All right, let's do the intro. Let's get going. Intro time. What's up, everybody? I'm Matt with Beard Laws, and I'm super excited. And yes, I'm on the solo screen because, well, that's Logan's screen. He's not here yet. He might not make it. He does have some stuff going on. So if not, well, then you're stuck with just me. But wait, not just me, because this is Beard Laws episode 82 interview with who? Brandon J McDermott. And as I mentioned just a little bit ago, super excited to not only catch up with him, he has a lot of exciting new things that we've kind of talked about, you know, via text message and stuff. So it's going to be cool to kind of not only me hear about some stuff that he has going on, but you guys as well. And we're also going to, you know, talk obviously about his book that I admittedly haven't read yet, but he's going to tell me all about the good stuff, and maybe Logan will jump on here in a little bit, and he read the book. He says he did anyways. But what I want to do real quick, I don't want to, you know, make this a sad thing or anything, but I do want to have a moment of silence for a beard that we lost today. We lost an amazing beard from an amazing man, Mr. Shea Aiden. He was referred to Shez Aiden on a show. You would have thought that I would have picked up the French and the Canadian thing, seeing how I live on the border. But yes, I called him Chez for almost the entire episode, and it's Shea. But either way, he decided to go ahead, shave the beard off, rock a stash, and he says he's going with Hot Boy Summer. So we'll just have a quick moment of silence for Shea Aiden's beard. Okay, that was good enough. And yeah, he's just an amazing dude. He's still a stud. And oh, hey, guys, this is one of the better halves of Talking Beards that I was just talking about in the pre-show. So make sure, again, you guys head on over to the Talking Beards YouTube. Smash that subscribe button because they got a show every night. Used to be on a Facebook. Now they came to the YouTube. So what's up, man? I know you're out doing big things, and I appreciate it. And yeah, I'm doing awesome. He should be. We don't fire friends, and we can't fire anybody because there's a burn ban where I am, which is lifted tomorrow, and I can't wait to continue to burn things. So obviously, guys, Brandon J McDermott, and as you can see, I got that Nebraska red going on because, you know, well, he's all about the corn husking. Yes. Rest in peace, Aiden's beard. Yeah, so anybody that is going to check out the show Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we go, you know, just in case there's some people with, what is it, OCD or whatever, we go from the biggest beard to the smallest beard. And unfortunately, Aiden got demoted. I'm blaming Dobby because last week they were in a beard measuring contest. They took Pokemon cards and were trying to see whose beard was longer. I thought Dobby's. We gave Aiden the benefit of the doubt, put him over, and then he went ahead and shaved. Unreal. What's up, Blair? Yeah, we're going to have to reshuffle. Hello, all. What's up? What's up? So, yeah, thanks to all you amazing people. And I don't know, we're going to run this quick little video because I have some exciting news from our friends at Drunk Engineers. So, if you guys are ready, even if you're not, I'm going to do the thing. I'm going to press the button. Yes, Drunk Engineers, absolutely amazing. Today, within the last couple of hours, maybe even the last hour, some breaking news. They have just released the blackout or back out black pump action shotgun tool, and I'm super excited. We talked about it a little bit on Triple T, and check it out. You guys can shop now. They got them on sale, $27.95, the original, obviously, but they got a new shirt that says, work hard, cross it out, play hard. So not only are you going to work hard, you're going to play hard. You guys can pick that up for $27.69. All right. So again, guys, check it out, drunkengineers.ca. Look how amazing this looks. All right. They're a big fan of this vodka water. I personally never tried it. Maybe it's good. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you guys have tried this. I think it's just a Canadian thing. Cottage Springs Beverage Company. Perfect product placement in there, my dudes. But guys, check this out. This has been something that they've been working on for a while. I'm super excited about it, and I can't wait for the Beard Loss crew to be rocking it. So look at this. You can buy 2, save 10%. Buy 3 to 4, save 15%. Buy 5 or 10, you're going to save 20%. It's back in black. Let me know in the comments if you know what song that's from. Pump action shotgun tool is a creative take on an age-old party favorite. And then, they're Canadian because they spell, they add extra O's and stuff. So like in mustache and color. So you're going to combine the smoothness of the pump action mechanism with the satisfaction of cracking a cold one. Joe Myers, he does a segment every Tuesday, 9:32. I don't know why that's the time, but that's what it is. Check it out, drunkengineers.ca. So that's just a cool thing. They're our friends. I love it. So go check them out, guys. And the blackout one. And as you saw there, they're going to be coming out with this skinny model for, the Mick Ultras, the seltzers, and all that good stuff as well. Yeah, vodka water. Yeah, he swears by it. And that's the secret why they can chug a little bit faster, because there's no carbonation in them. So essentially it's like chugging, I guess, water, or actually vodka with water. I don't know. Is there beards? Or we? Yes. I see what you're doing, Berdine. You're stealing it. What's up, Brandon? Appreciate you. I'll get you one friend of... yeah, don't worry about that. Inside information. I think Drunk Engineers is going to hook us all up. But, hey, man, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. All right, so as we know, Brandon's a guest. He's sitting backstage. Logan wasn't able to make it, so he's probably a little bit hungry because Logan didn't, stock up the back room like he's supposed to. And this is normally the segment where we would bring him in anyways. He would do his news and a little bit of some breaking news. I think he's going to be back doing news, and maybe you'll see him a little bit more involved in the show going forward. So you know what we do. We're going to hit the intro. We're going to do this. And let's go. But shout out Squeaks Beard. Hey, handsome, you must be talking to the other guy. Oh, shit. That's just me. Hello from not sure how long I'll be watching. It's all right. It's all right. Oh, the ER. I was thinking the Jeez, what do you got going on? What do you got going on? Hopefully, yeah. I mean, if you're in the ER, handle business. You are maybe the most dedicated fan of the night, watching live from the ER. Make sure they take good care of you. Oh, crud. Forgot it's 2 a.m. Oh, you'll be all right. But if you got to go get some sleep, we're okay with it. It is going wonderful. We're going to do the intro. We're going to bring in the guest. Brandon, he's ready. Yeah, he's ready. He knows how this works. Let's go. As mentioned, tonight's guest is Brandon J McDermott, a man whose first video on TikTok is him in a red robe as if he's Hugh Hefner, telling people he's going to shave his beard for 100,000 likes. Thankfully, he didn't get them. A man who spends more time listening and making content for the radio than the world's population of kids under 15, because not sure they even know what a radio is. A man I knew was destined for big things the first time I heard his voice. And I would still get excited when I hear it. No judgment. A man who's recorded more voicemails than people with updates on your car warranty. A man who's live more on TikTok than I think he sleeps in a day. The CEO of Lunchbox Reviews, an award-winning author, and the greatest voice on TikTok, a man who we're proud to call our bearded brother, the one, the only, Brandon J McDermott. Hey!
That was a great intro.
Gotta be honest, I was a little bit nervous because I didn't remember writing the intro, and I was going through my notes, and I was like, "Oh shit, don't be last week's. Don't be last week's." I feel like I could have, you know what I mean, especially with you of all the guests. I think I could have kind of struggled my way through it and had some good stuff. But yeah, man, what's up? First off, congratulations. We haven't been on a podcast since you broke the 1 million follower mark on TikTok. So congratulations to that. Make sure everybody in the chat throws out some congrats. 1 million followers. So listen, this is something that you know that we ask every single guest. And to be honest, I don't think I've ever heard it, which is a little bit of me maybe being a bad friend. But you know the question, what got you into TikTok?
I remember the day I started TikTok. It was
yesterday.
Well, it was. And to be honest with you, the first video I've ever did wasn't that red robe video. That was probably the first video I ever did that actually made any movement.
I was going to say it was the first. I was going to try to reword it like the first video you left because
right.
You delete some, you leave some. And I was like,
But I started TikTok because people were sending me videos, and I was like, "Oh, I want to watch this." And I remember the way that TikTok worked when you open the video outside of the app, they only let you watch so much, and it's kind of clunky, and they make it to where it doesn't work as well until you download the actual app. And so I downloaded the app and fiddled around with it for probably 2 weeks, and I thought to myself, you know what? Some of these dudes and dudettes who are getting likes and followers aren't that talented. And I don't mean that to be system wide. I just mean like generally speaking, some of them. And from what I've learned, it's really just a crapshoot. And some people kind of just hit it big on luck. But I wanted to tell my story, and I wanted to get my story out there. And I was just almost to the point of I had finished my book, which you have over there above your right shoulder. And I was shopping it around, and it was during COVID, and I was sending it to publishers in Manhattan and Brooklyn and San Francisco. And I had a couple bites on it, and hadn't quite heard back yet on whether they wanted it or not. And I thought, what better way to try to push it out there than to try to use TikTok? And it completely flopped. Nobody cared. But what did hit one time was a random voicemail video, and I did one, and maybe it hit 500 views, and I'm like, oh man, that's good. And so I started doing more and more, and then I was on vacation with my wife that weekend, and I mean, I had 300-400 people request voicemails, and I started doing them for free and keep doing them. And I got to the point where I had to start asking for money, and I started charging, $3-5. I started charging whatever you'd pay for them, and most were $5. And then I had to up it. But from there, it became like we've talked off air about, it became a job. And when TikTok becomes a job, it's not fun anymore. And that's when I kind of just stepped away from voicemail and had to reimagine what I was doing. And so that's the rest is history, as they say.
The rest is history. So who was, obviously you've gained, over 1 million followers. So there has to be at least 1 or 2 in there that you kind of fangirled a little bit. You're like, oh shit, they're following me.
You're going to take this as, me kind of just stroking your beard, but it was you, honestly, when you followed me and I was like, oh my God, here's Beardlaw. Cause I remember seeing your videos and somebody tagged you in the video you're talking about. And you
with the red robe.
I think you commented like down thumb or something like that. I don't remember what you'd commented. And I thought to myself, oh my God, the dude commented on my video. and then I added you, and you added me back at some point for some video. And I was like, oh man, this dude's awesome. The other time I'll remember it is when you start getting more and more followers, you start wondering, out of this 1 million, there's got to be somebody that follows me that's verified, right? And so what I started doing was I would go to somebody that's verified's account and go to who they're following, and just start scrolling until you see somebody where it says follow back. I'm like, follow back. Let's see. I found out Mr. Hamilton was following.
Yes.
And I'm
He's
like,
a great dude.
He is a good dude. And he's just a normal guy, right? Like most people on TikTok that hit it big, but I fangirled over that. And that's when I was probably around 700,000. But yeah, Donnie Dust just followed me, which is another.
That's awesome. That's one that I've been trying to get to follow back. I play the old follow unfollow game. I'm not scared to admit it. And it's funny because we were watching what was the show he was on? Alone, was that the Survivor show?
Yep.
Yeah, we were on watching that, and I was like, oh, because I had seen him on TikTok but I had never seen him on Alone. And me and Meg were watching. I was like, holy shit. It's funny. It's the guy from TikTok. And she kind of looked at me. I'm like, yeah, I know. But I was like, oh shit, I'm rooting for him. And then by the time I realized that he was already out, and I was like, oh yeah, he's got some health problems. But yeah, either way, he's got a great beard, and yeah, that's awesome. From what I hear, he's a good dude. I actually saw him. Some other TikToker had him on their podcast, and I was like, all right, we're getting him on the show. We're getting him on. So yeah, shout out, make sure, the second round, you're the second person that I've talked to today that it was really, really eating them up. So, it's one of those things. Awesome. You got it. Best of luck. Definitely better be safe than sorry with all that stuff. So yeah, speedy recovery. Hopefully, everything comes back great. Hopefully you're in good hands, and you're not in like some terrible weird hospital where they're gonna, like probe you or do anything weird. So take care, speedy recovery. And you're in the ER, not doing so well, and you're watching the show. And I'm glad that it wasn't because like you had an allergic reaction to eating some weird food that you might have seen on Triple T. So that's a good thing. So do you remember obviously the voicemail? You kind of just talked about it a little bit. The voicemail videos were something that gained traction. Do you kind of remember that one video that might have popped and you were like, oh shit, this TikTok could be a thing?
I don't remember. Looking back at those videos, I don't think any of them actually hit big. Like they had maybe a couple of them had like 30, 40,000 views, which is nothing. It's something when folks who are looking at TikTok and who don't know, but when it comes to being the virality of it or viralness or whatever you want to say, it's not much. But there were a few, and I remember thinking to myself, this isn't going to be the thing that gets me, anything on TikTok other than some sort of, I don't want to say cult following, but some sort of like small little circle of friends, which is what I created. Yep. But because when it came to those voicemails, nobody's going to watch a 35-second clip of some guy doing a voicemail for somebody unless it catches them at the beginning. And but anyway, there was a couple of them I did. One was about a racetrack. A guy was a motocross guy, and I did one that hit pretty big. I did one in my wife's hat. She had a sun hat. It was just weird. And that one did all right. The first
one that I remember that I guess even like by, your views and in terms, and maybe ours is a little bit different than some people, but that first one that I remember, and there could have been one before, was the one with the shit that was coming out, and you like did a Taco Bell thing. And this is what happened. You know what I mean? Like that one, I think
that hit 4 million views. Sorry to cut you off. That hit 4 million views. And that was the very first. I remember telling a buddy I worked with, my reporter buddy, who was so above the fray when it comes to that kind of things. And no, not TikTok. Oh, no. I drink with my pinky in the air. And I remember telling him, I was like, I'm going to be remembered as the guy who did the Taco Bell diarrhea video. That's what's going to make me famous. And I don't want to be that guy. But what it taught me was, you don't always have to have good lighting. You don't always have to have a not grainy video, but B, and most importantly, two things. It was going to be my voice that's going to catch people, and it has to be something that catches them in 3 to 5 seconds.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you with that video, I literally was a video of cement coming out of a cement truck. It was clogged up and unclogged, and it's some shooting out. And I said, and that's what it looks like when you eat Taco Bell with 2 Crunchwrap Supremes and a burrito or something like that. and everybody and their mom just commented Taco Bell. Like there was like 15,000, 20,000 comments, and maybe 1 in 5 of them were just Taco Bell. And that's what probably pushed the video to get more than 2 more million views or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And then I'll tell you, I don't want to lead you hopefully where you're crossing off questions over there, because I've been in your chair, but I remember I knew at that point, like I needed to get away from voicemails, because there was a weird middle point. It's almost when you're like growing a beard out, like there's the nice fuzzy phase when you first, like the scraggly look. And then there's the middle part between, oh, it's good, it's kind of patchy, and it's nice. Yeah. Between doing voicemails and doing these stupid, silly Stitch duets, there was a time where I was like, well, I guess I'll just try to push out motivational kind of things. And every one of them flopped. And I was losing 100 followers a day. And it was just, and whether or not I tell people, don't watch your follower count. And man, you hammer that home with me. And you always have. Don't watch the views. Don't watch the followers. But it's
hard to do. It is. It's hard to do.
When you get to the point where you're creating things and it's making people laugh, and now the people are leaving, what is wrong with me? What am I doing wrong? And so I tried something different, and I started responding, doing stitch videos and duet videos, which I hated people who did that. But I said to myself, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it in a way that adds something to what we got. Yeah. And then randomly in a parking lot of a breastfeeding doctors.
I was wondering where you're going there. I had so many different places that I've gone to see.
You just stopped at breast. No, it was my wife had just had a baby, and she was at the not the doctor, but like the breastfeeding place, which I remember I think was called Milkworks, which is a wonderful name for
class act. Yes.
But anyway, so I was there and I was waiting in the car, and I'm like, "Ooh, I'll just take 30 minutes to record TikToks." And I stumbled upon a woman making a lunchbox, and I decided I would do it. And literally, it's just, "Ooh, what do we got here? Oh, looks like she's making a sandwich." And the video hit like 50,000, and then over weeks it grew to like 300,000, 400,000 views. And Blur was there from Milkworks. She remembers. He was there. I was live that day too. And I had a guy who I don't remember his name. He's still a follower of mine. He's a really good dude who's got like 300,000-400,000 followers, who's kind of stagnated a little bit, but he's a great dude. Who said to me, "Man, he sent a message. You need to do more of those lunchbox reviews." I did one. I was like, whatever. All right. So I started doing them, and dude, one hit 12 million. One hit 12 million views.
That's a good one.
And I've had 3 hit 10 million, which when you hit 10 million, and correct me if you think I'm wrong here, but you're going past viral and you're going multi-platform viral. You're going viral on, I mean, I've had videos hit the front of Reddit. I've had Jacksepticeye did one of my videos. Really? I don't know if you saw that. I didn't. Totally not called me out, but what's the term? I don't want to say reamed to me, but he like made fun of me, basically, kind of gave me the business. But mocked me. But Jacksepticeye mocks me, you betcha. For like 3-4 days, half of my comments were people saying Jacksepticeye did your video, because that dude's got 27 million followers or subscribers on YouTube.
Yep.
So my point is that I just have fun, and I can't believe that it's this that people want to see. Never in a million years would I have thought that this is gonna make me famous, but my dying words will be lunchbox reviews.
That was something that kind of I was gonna ask, and I'm glad you answered it, because what I saw, just kind of from going back to your videos, it was 11/14/2020. You did the first lunchbox review, and it did okay, but then it was kind of like, it must have been around the time you got some advice, because you were still experimenting with what you wanted to do. And I know I had thrown out some like, dude, you got to do the sports thing, and you saw the guy doing this, and he gets to the 10, the 5, that, you know what I mean? And then you just kept having fun with some more stuff, and then it was like, all right, I'm gonna try this lunchbox thing again. Like, it cycled through, and then it popped. And that was one thing I was gonna ask you, like, is it something that you're okay? Like, I mean, obviously you still enjoy fairly doing it, but it's like, of all the things, you know what I mean? You didn't end up as the cement poop Taco Bell guy, which is great. You landed in this realm, and I think it's a great thing. Not only does it, cultivate, the audience with your voice, but it also, you obviously love food. Like, we all love food. Us big guys, we like food. And I know some of your earlier videos were food related stuff too. So like, it's something I'm hopefully, you landed in, like Angry Reactions. I'm sure he doesn't love what he does. He tried to switch it for a little bit and then went back. So, I mean, is it something that you truly do enjoy, doing? You're cool with it? Or is it something that's kind of already, is played itself out a little bit?
Great question. I think there's multiple parts to it.
There is.
I think I lucked out in that it's food related, because I can still do lunchbox reviews and do other things that I love that are food related. I'm now the waffle king of the waffle mafia,
Yeah.
I'm the bacon.
Hey, let go my ego.
I'm the dude that hates turkey bacon. I mean, people know me as the dude that hates turkey bacon, and I love real bacon. I'm, bacon waffle. And, whether or not any of that's true, it's what makes people laugh. But to your point, I think Corey Hart will always be the sunglasses as night guy. Lips Incorporated will always be Funky Town. There's going to be those folks out there who are one-hit wonders, and they're always going to be remembered for fill in the blank, no matter what they do. And I'll always be the lunchbox reviews guy. literally, like I've had people say, dude, some of the funniest ones are, aren't you that lunchbox reviews guy? Don't you review lunchboxes? And I'm like, yeah, sometimes your mother makes them and I review them before I leave, maybe in my underwear. I don't know. And one guy goes, you should review a gym. I had to bow down to how I put that in my bio because it was so good. Some guy told me to review a gym, 0 out of 10. And I was like, amen, Laura, amen. So you have to,
and she's a bird and she agrees with us.
Amen. But no, so you have to laugh at that. But to your point, I'm okay with it, man. It is what it is. Luckily, it's not, it's, there are something, I'm not going to point out anybody, I don't want to call anybody out, but there are some niches on TikTok that are so narrow that there's never going to get out of that. And they're stuck in that, but I can get out of it a little bit. Right. Well, but you are a horse of a different color because I think you do several things. You are a networking fiend. You are a guy who makes connections with people, and you are a guy who is not obsessed with numbers, and you're not obsessed with how many followers you have. You're obsessed with meeting people and making friends and making connections that last, and not just so you can drop names. And
exactly,
I think you're a good dude because of that. And I mean, I'd say that off the air, and I have said that off the air.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the same thing with me. Like, I know the market, the niche that I've landed in. It's obviously, people are like, it's narrow, it's this and that, but it's funny because years ago people are like, oh, beard oil, all these companies are making beard oils. Why would they do that? Why would you jump in there? Well, projections for the next couple of years, there is a ton of great beard oil companies that do what they do, and there is more every single day because there is a market. Beards are still a thing, even though mullets and people are shaving their beards off that are a part of beard laws, which really is frustrating. And shout out Shay Aiden, dude's a stud. He rocked the mustache. He's doing the hot boy summer thing. But and I always tell everybody, even though some people get really, really mad and they say some nasty stuff when people shave their beards off, almost like I should be offended. And I'm like, listen, like, this is for fun for me. Like, I'm going to call them out because they shave their beard, but in a fun way, because once a bearded brother, always a bearded brother,
Right. And I think, sorry to cut you off. I think to your point, folks get so, they become such fans and followers, and you love it because they're on your side. But like, people will share videos with me and like, does this guy deserve to go to jail? Because one of my sayings is straight to jail, which I didn't create, by the way. It's from Parks and Rec, the show. Oh. But I've added so do you remember the part? I can't remember, Will Armistice or whatever the hell his name is. I don't remember. He does a part where he's faking to be Venezuelan, and he's like, people park in the double park, straight to jail. Like he's joking about what it's like to live in communist Venezuela. And so I jokingly did the not at all, like, which I don't know where the hell it came from.
Yeah.
But that to that point, what I'm getting at is I've created several little things that people hear and repeat. Mm-hmm. No, straight to jail. Lunchbox reviews, here we go. Which I've got my wallet around here somewhere. My wife designed that one of the cards that says, here we go. Here we go. I wanted to say lunchbox reviews, and she's like, no, don't do that. That's not as good. But so there's some sayings that people like to hear that,
fat daddy sayings on shirts.
Yes. So I've got t-shirts that say lunchbox reviews. I've got hats that say, no, straight to jail.
Nice.
And I've seen dudes sell t-shirts from TikTok that are $80. I mean, I've seen that are huge accounts, and like, make your money, fam, but that's garbage, and you shouldn't share
people. And like I've ran merch in my day, and it's like I've and other people have kind of asked my advice. Not that I'm doing that, you know what I mean? This is at nobody, but in they're like, hey, what should I sell these for? And I said, well, in my opinion, sell it at X, because this person's selling it at this, and I have just as many followers. I'm like, cool. And they're probably doing really well. I don't know. But I said, would you rather, say, hypothetically, sell 3 shirts at 80, or would you rather sell 500 at 15? Yep. Like, find a price that you're happy with and do a little research. And I'm always willing to, help these guys out. So that's awesome. And as you know, like, merch is a big thing. And the merch game early on in TikTok was phenomenal for a lot of people. But then as the pandemic hit, not only were, the TikTok people really pushing merch, but a ton of celebrities, they really realized the benefit and how they could, you know what I mean? And then you get to a point where it's like, all right, you got the Beard Laws, you got the Brandon J McDermott competing against, Steve-O Johnny Knoxville, you know what I mean? Like some huge names. And these guys are doing, and they're putting out, very affordable shirts as well. Like Steve-O's podcast, I don't know if you've seen it. His podcast, Wild Ride, is one, like, I'm addicted to watching it. He just because, like, the entertainment value, like, people know him as from Jackass. And how they, you're on that show, people think, well, you're a jackass, you're unintelligent. And I've heard people say this, like, he is a brain. He came from a family with a ton of money, and even as many drugs as he did, his brain is sharper than ever. He remembers everything, and he puts out a cool show. It's definitely really, really cool. But I'm going to tell you what, you need to try out. We need to, Burdine, we got to hit him up. We got to get you some beef jerky from him. It is by far one of the best beef jerkies I've ever had. We're gonna get you some, and I've even helped him with a couple different flavor profiles.
Sure.
Ooh.
I'm not going to name off prices for what I sell my shirts for or my hats for, but I make.
Feel free, you can. The interview's all about you.
Okay, I sell them for like $16. I make 60 cents or $1.50 on a hat or something like that. I'm not selling them to make loads of money. I don't even care about that. I make money from it, so I'm not mad. I'm not looking to make 5, 10, 15. I'm not looking to make 50% of more than what you're buying it for. I want people to be happy. Right. Last week we had a sale for 20% off, and for everybody on my Discord, I gave them 50% off. And nice. So, like, I paid for some of that merch, but I didn't care because I wanted them to be happy about it.
Speaking about it, you go right to what? BrandonJMcDermott.com.
BrandonJMcDermott.com. Click the link in my TikTok bio. Go to shop, and you're there. You can
just click the link right here, Brandon J. Oh, I only put it on my YouTube. Come on, rookie. Send it to all destinations. But either way, Brandon J McDermott, you guys can check it out. Here is this. Obviously, it's got the social media. We got the cool shop. Obviously the book, which we're going to get into here very soon. You want the voice recording, $25. No. Straight to jail. Lunchbox reviews, and just some cool stuff right here. So if you guys want to, these are great prices. Honestly, you can't beat these prices. And that's what it's just, tell me I'm wrong. Is it not just a cool thing to eventually see somebody just wearing some of your stuff? Oh, yeah. Like for me, I come from a very, small town, and occasionally when I see somebody rocking a Beard Law shirt, or, I wake up in the morning and the kiddo wants to rock a Beard Law shirt, or one cool thing that happened to me recently, a guy that I used to work with, he called me, and he lives in Georgia. He goes, "You're not going to believe what just happened." And with this guy, I'm like, "Oh shit, I have no idea what it could be." He goes, "I just saw somebody wearing a Beard Law shirt." I was like, "Oh, cool, man. That's awesome." He goes, "I went up to him and I was like, I know this guy. I worked with him." He looked at me like I was crazy. I'm like, "Well, you are a little bit crazy. I love you." I was like, that's just cool, like to have a guy that I worked with, for a while, and just to be like, "Dude, I'm in Georgia and somebody's wearing your shirt." Like, oh yeah, what? I'm like, "Yeah, it's pretty cool feeling, man." Like, I grew up, you know what I mean? I still am. I love my hats and I love my t-shirts. One of my favorite t-shirts, I had two of my favorite growing up. One was a Mr. Clean shirt, which is ironic, and it was bright green. And there was just something about that shirt. I rocked it because bright green wasn't like a popular color back then. Like, it's weird. Now it cycles. It was like cool in the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s. You didn't want to wear that. And then this shirt that was Mr. Bubbles. I don't know what it was. It was just Mr. Bubbles. It was like it had the collar, it had this, and I put out some Beard Law shirts like it just because, and I was just like, I just love weird random t-shirts. And I always wanted to be able to own a company that made shirts, made merchandise and stuff like that. And I'm like, man, I'm living my best life. I don't even care about the sales at this point, because I was at the point where you'd always see me always wearing my own stuff. And then I got to the point I was like, man, I'm kind of like that opening band that always wears their own stuff while they're there. Like, I want to show other people some love. That's why I rock probably the best hat in the entire planet, Finlay hats. If you guys haven't checked them out, Finlay hats, just Google them. Get on there. They're fantastic. We got to get you in a Finlay hat. After the show, you remind me. We're going to get you in some Finlay hats, man.
Sounds good. I saw you open the box for your hat, and I was like, dude, that is probably the coolest hat I've ever seen. It's like a
frog one.
It's like a captain's hat for a ship, dude.
Well, it's cool because not only, like, say you're into like action sports, these aren't just decorative. They come out, they go down, and then they strap up with this wooden piece. Oh, wow. It goes under your chin, this wooden piece, so it goes tight. So if you're on the boat, you're on a skateboard, a cert, whatever, it goes here, so it doesn't fall off. And then it has a cool stash pocket, so you can put your credit card, some Cheez-Its, or whatever you want in there.
And other things too.
Yes, so many other things. So you get asked to say a lot of weird things. You know, you got the crazy cool radio voice that, you know, your wife obviously probably loves to hear all the time when it actually slips out. But what, and this isn't going to be like, what is the weirdest thing, but what is one of, or a couple of just weird things that people continue to have you, you know, say?
Oh man. What is it?
There was one for the longest time, you know, I'd always hear EA Sports and, you know,
EA
some sport related.
Arby's, we have the meats. And that's nice. But did you know Geico can save you 15% or more on car insurance? There's a Blur should know all of them because he's one of the mods on my TikTok. He's our head mod. He is
Blur. What I want you to is also comment some of the wildest, just off the wall ones that you can remember.
Yeah,
there could be a beef jerky pocket in here in the hat.
There's one I can't remember. Is it the macaroni and the chicken nuggets, or the chicken nuggets and the mac and cheese, or something? That one.
What about the time too? While you're kind of racking your brain, I'll you know what I mean. I'll give you something to talk about while you're doing that. What about the time the Dallas Mavericks were like, "Hey, dude"?
That was the first video I've ever had that hit. Like that really hit, where I was like, "Oh my god!" It only had 300,000 views, which again, I mean, you know, is a lot, but it's not. I mean, you see videos on there with 10 million, 15 million views, but they commented and all they said was that voice. And I was like, hire me. So then I thought to myself, well, I can start doing videos for the Dallas Mavs and the Phoenix Suns, and I'll do all this for everybody. And then I threw my voice out doing it because I was one over the top, you know. Or starting lineups for tonight's game. Like I threw my voice out really bad. And then I did a video where I was jokingly doing, oh God, some food thing, and ESPN commented on it, dude.
Yeah, I remember that. And
they were like, you should be doing commercials for food or fast food restaurants or something like that. And
yep, I remember. Yeah, and
avocados from Mexico.
Story, a guy from my hometown, which like my town is very small. We've talked about it, but for anybody, you know, obviously that's watching this, like I graduated with like 34 people. Somebody that went to my school was Rick Carlisle, who is now the coach of the Dallas Mavericks.
Yep.
So it just, when that one hit too, I was like, oh, that's super cool, you know.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a cool thing. So, all right, so you went on. You've had a lot of things that have been happening. You know, obviously you've moved, you got a new job, and like just a cool little journey. I mean, tell us, you know, or anybody else that maybe doesn't know about it, tell us, you know, a little bit of what you got going on, man.
So I was a statewide radio host in Nebraska and a reporter. 14 stations across the state. I got a cat in my lap now, but he is such a baby. Come on, buddy. But you know, I kind of wanted to slow down a little bit, and my wife had a baby, and we wanted her to go to good schools, and I started looking at places to apply at, and you know, it was a great place to be, but I realized long ago, and I think TikTok helped with it, I don't have to be working at WBEZ or WNYC or K-Rock in LA, the three biggest stations in the country, to be what I would consider successful.
Yeah.
And I'm at KDSN in Denison, Iowa, town of 9,000 people. And I host a radio show on their AM and FM channel. And
nice. What kind of genre is it?
It is adult contemporary, but man, let me tell you, we play, I mean, one hour you'll hear Bob Dylan's Blowing in the Wind, and the next song you'll hear, you know, The Weeknd. I mean, you'll hear, I mean, it's a small town radio station.
Yeah.
We've got a Lutheran show that plays at 6:25 every morning. We play the Pledge of Allegiance. We play the national anthem. It's a small town radio station.
That's cool. Can people listen to it online?
KDSNradio.com. You can also click on BrandonJMcDermott.com, and it has it right on my front page. So, I mean, there's, I'm pretty sure we still have it on the front page because instead of it saying it was my welcome message, you know,
you got it right there.
Yeah. So you can listen to it right there. And the station is called 105 The Hive. And so, you know, I host the Morning Sting with Big B. The Hive is the Joe, you know, it's 104.9, but they call it 105, The Hive, B, Sting, you know, Buzz, you know, so you get it. It's all play on words.
Yeah, it is. And for anybody that wants to, here's a direct link to it. That's going to bring you right to, I believe, the internet stream. That is right from his website as well. So if you guys want to do that, bookmark it and show some love, you just got to put in a little bit of some information. And yeah, that's awesome. I know I'm going to be tuning in from now on. Who would have thought I was just like, I'm an IT guy by trade. I wouldn't go to Brandon J McDermott and be like, hey, I could listen to him.
And I think one last thing I'll add to that, and I appreciate you doing that. Blur listens in every morning. We go live every morning. They're completely on board with everything I'm doing with TikTok. We've integrated it into the station. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff with county fairs around the area because our listing area covers, I think, like 6 or 7 counties. We've got 20 communities that are around us that we cover. I go live every morning from the studio at 5:45 in the morning, so people can kind of get a look at see of what it's like to be on the radio station. And for me, truly, it was just the right fit at the right time. It made sense. And when you put faith wherever you believe it and you let go, things kind of fall into place. I got the job. We got a daycare. My wife got a job and we found a place to live. Bam, 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 bam. It just
very quickly too.
Yeah. Within like a week of each other, everything kind of just happened.
Yep. No, and that's awesome, man.
Got our house on the market in Lincoln where we were at now. And so just excited. I'm really excited.
If anybody in the Lincoln area is looking to own the house that Brandon J McDermott lived in, he made TikToks in, he was on the podcast in, and yeah, you guys should definitely go buy it. If I had a bunch of money, I'd probably buy it, fly out there and just like do, like a random show from there and be like, live, and we're going to bring the news guy, Brandon J McDermott, and be like, hey, I'm live from your old house. What's up, man?
I even scribbled lunchbox reviews on the wall downstairs, so you'll always have that.
Did you really?
No.
Oh, you should have done something to leave it, like, or tuck like a note somewhere in the wall, or.
There's a couple of the soundboards I used to have behind me, the polyurethane that are still on the wall, probably.
It kind of, the background here, like it oddly looks like the other one.
It does. It looks a lot like it.
Like I almost was like, dude, did you move back? Like, is this your studio? Do you travel a couple hours just to do lives in your old house?
We moved. No, it does look. It's oddly similar, but we moved here and it's 33% bigger and it's several tens of thousands cheaper. So it's
that's the beauty too. Yeah, no, it's good, man. Like I said, somebody recently told me, one of the keys of life is just the cliche saying, the pursuit of happiness. And sometimes you just, you have to mix things up a little bit. And, sometimes things, and like you said, this is nothing general. It's no knock at any companies, whether it's your job or anything. Sometimes you just need a new start, a new environment, a new station, you know what I mean? A new outlook in life just to, keep things happy and, for the family and everything. And there was a time where you were getting super stressed out, man. You could see it on the show. You could see it in your face. And, I'm glad, man. You look good. You seem super happy. It's awesome.
Last thing I'll say about it, and I appreciate that, you're completely right, is that nowadays with everything we've got with TikTok and every platform we've got, YouTube, I'm here on the Beard Laws podcast, which I would have thought I'd ever be. Working from Denison, Iowa isn't a slight on my radio career at all, because I'm still reaching 1 million people every day. I'm still reaching those people on TikTok that are listening in from all over the world, Australia, South Africa, Sweden, Canada, and the British Isles and all over. So
that's wild. And technology is amazing. You know what I mean? Like, think back in the day of the old radio days, you weren't hitting the locations you could with the signals and the towers. It just wasn't possible. Even today for most of them, if it wasn't for the internet and, being able to click this link and hear him all over the world, still the radio isn't going to go that far. I mean, I can't listen to my favorite local station, 96.7 Yes FM. I can only listen to it for so long and then it runs out, and there's nothing worse when you try to do the almost impossible question of the day and you're just out of range and you don't know what, you don't find out that answer and you have to pull over because you're like, but they have internet now too. I just sometimes forget. I like the nostalgic of the radio. But I mean, like I mentioned in the intro, there's a lot of, the younger generation, they probably don't know anything about radio. They probably don't listen to the radio. I mean, especially even in cars, there's not a lot of local stuff. Like I try truly to get onto there, as much as I can, because, you have the world of the XMs and, everybody's playing it from your phone and stuff. It's a great thing. Me personally being, our generation, we grew up, listening to baseball games on the radio. Like that was just something that I still do every once in a while. If my team's on the West Coast, I'm pulling up a baseball game and I'm just listening to it to fall asleep. There's just something about it.
Oh yeah. The crack of the bat, closing your eye. You got it.
And it's just the call, from just a great voice on the radio. It makes everything. And one of my favorite things too is, and I'm sure I'm not the only one, is when you listen to something on the radio and you just get this voice embedded in your head. Like for me, it was Bob and Tom. You're right. You hear those iconic voices, and then they switch to this live stream, and I'm like, no, that's not how I pictured you in my head for the last 20 years. No, this is not what you can look like. So have you ever had any experiences where, people meet you and you're like, whoa, you're Brandon, you're the bee and the buzz of the hive, and this is what you look like?
And people say, you sound like you're so much older. And, I think radio, to your point, is such an intimate medium where if you see somebody on the TV, you see a meteorologist, your local news anchor, you see him in public. Oh my God, there's Jake Janley. He's over there. He's next to the broccoli. He eats broccoli. I've had people see me in the store and they're like, hey man, Brandon. Oh, I listen to you every morning, man. I feel like I know you. I listen to you every morning. I can't believe it. I feel like I know you, dude. You're so great. So we're like the uncle that they only see on Christmas. Versus we're not a celebrity to them. It's not a famous thing, but we are. I've had people say, I listen to you in my garage when I'm fixing up my car, listen to you in the kitchen when we're putting the breakfast together. I take showers with you, Brandon. Ooh. Gary, I didn't need to know that, So people say weird stuff, but you have to just chop it up to you're in their life when they're every morning, when they're getting ready, when they're by themselves, they're tuning and turning to you. Yes. And so you can't be like, stop talking to me, weirdo, because that's exactly a part of the game. So,
yep. No, no, you are 100% right. So I had every intention of kind of like doing more in-depth conversation about the book. Obviously I've told you a million times, and I'm glad you have the audio kind of, there was one on the site as well. So at least I can maybe start to, listen. You got the memoir chapter 1. So I'm going to get through chapter 1, at least listening to it. But Logan, he, you know what I mean? He's always claimed that he's read it. So I was hoping you guys were going to gel a little bit. And hey, I appreciate that, Nick. Big special shout out to Nick. Love the shows you put on every week. Very entertaining. Thank you. No, thank you. Even though you're yelling, thank you. But so obviously for anybody that doesn't know, Abandoned Brandon, you guys can find it on Amazon. You can also get to the link through the shop on brandonjmcdermott.com. And, it's obviously a memoir. You know what I mean? It's there without, having to go too into detail, because we've talked, you know what I mean? And myself and Logan, we've talked about some stuff in the book. And this is something that you get asked, fairly, a decent amount. So why don't you just kind of, talk about whatever you want to talk about in the book and whatever. Like I said, I wanted to get into some more specifics. And I'm sorry for being a bad friend. I'm not much of a reader. And so Meg, she's gonna read it while we're camping this summer. And maybe can you read it to me, Meg? And I guess while we're asking, like, do you have plans to potentially continue to do one? Yeah, I think we talked about it, just the whole time thing and being a new dad. And
I plan on doing a full audiobook of it. Thank you, Blair. I plan on doing a full audiobook of it, and I also plan on doing another book at some point, but it's probably 5 years down the line. On that. It took me 2 years to write this book. It was a very slow process, and I took my time, because if you rush something like this, it's easily seen. And the editing process, I would say, if you're ever writing a book, make sure you use somebody you do not know, because if they know your story, they're going to be afraid to rip it apart. You need somebody that's going to tear your story apart. But
I can only write kids' books with like a couple words on a page.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Man. But what I will say is that the book is well worth the read. It's got, I think, 4.8, 4.9 stars on Amazon, 67 reviews. It won the 2020 Best Memoir from the New England Book Festival.
Let's go.
I mean, my story it's very simple. It's, I was, like many of you, probably born in and out of foster care, or I had a rough childhood with abusive father who abused me in many ways. And my mother was a drug addict, and I went to 11 schools in 13 years. And when I was 13 years old, my dad did many things, including killing his girlfriend in front of me and making me lie to the police about it. And the story is about the whole process. It's about my whole childhood, the different characters, not only just my father, but everybody in the story that kind of along the way did everything they could to derail my life, and how I dodged all the bullets, so to speak, to make it. And it is not a pity party. It's not a sad woe is me story. It's because the answer, the ending is good. It's to help you and direct you, and to show you that no matter what you go through, you have nothing to be ashamed about. and that things in our life that happen to us, we are completely, the circumstances that are put in our life, we are completely shaped by, but we're judged by how we react and respond.
Mm-hmm.
And how
I think it's a great, I think it's a great thing too. Sorry to cut you off. That, you know what I mean? Like, there are going to be people that, you know, hear of the story, read the story, and they, you know what I mean? It's going to be, it's one of these things that is relatable content that you don't want it to be relatable, but, you know, in the world we live in, it's relatable content. And when, you know, it's a motivation, it's an inspiration type thing, because there's going to be a lot of, you know, people that lived a similar life to you, and they can be like, shit, I can still make it. You're the first one, right, in your family with a college degree. You know what I mean? Like, you've done so many amazing things where you could have easily just said, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to turn to booze, I'm going to turn to drugs, you know what I mean, I'm just going to, you know, be a piece of shit. And what you've done from, you know, everything that you've been through is amazing. Like, I've kind of told the story because, you know, just from you talking and Logan kind of giving me pinpoints of the book, and I'm been just random conversation with friends, and I'm like, yeah, you know, our news guy, and this happened and this happened, and they're like, whoa, this all happened to him? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, and what's he doing now? Like, is he in jail or something? I'm like, no, he's not in jail. He's actually, you know, he's on the radio, you know, he's doing really well on TikTok. He's married. He's just had his first kid. And they're like, holy shit. And then I've had a couple of people like, where do I buy this book? So I'm like, oh, I happen to have a link. I didn't think most of my friends could read, so I'm not going to say they bought it, but
I'll definitely say this, that, you know, it wasn't what you see now is not what you got in my 20s. You know, it took me a long time to get over the being bitter and resenting the world because of everything that happened to me, and looking at, you know, friends that had good parents and saying, why does Jake have a good parent? Why does Billy have good mom and dad? It's not their fault that their parents are doing what parents are supposed to do. And it's not my fault either, but I had to get over that. And I had to accept my, I don't want to say lot in life, but accept what happened to me in my past and let go of it. And that doesn't mean that it doesn't still affect me. Of course it does. But the pain, the resentment, the hatred, that wasn't hurting anybody else in my life but me. Mm-hmm. And so when we talk about forgiveness, it's not forgiving somebody because, oh, they deserve to move on in their life, this person that's hurt us. No, forgiveness is for us. Forgiveness is because we do not want to waste any more time with that person or people in our mind, in our lives, that have hurt us. Because if you look at my father, you look at any bad person, villains do not see themselves as the bad guy. Ever. Villains do not see that. And so sorry, my cat is in my way again. And so, just got cat ass.
Come on, kitty, that's right.
So the point is that no matter what happens, my dad would never accept the thing, as a narcissist as he is, accept the things that he did to me. You know, it was, oh, why don't you get over it? That happened to everybody. When I was a kid, this happened to me, you know. So in writing the book, it was healing for me. And by the end of it, you know, it was a weight off my chest, but I also found that it's healed other people. And whether or not, to your point, it's people who've gone through exactly what I've gone through, or people who've gone through some stuff similar to me, what it's shown them is that you don't have to have shame to share your story. You don't have to have shame to know your story and to be okay with it and to have it be out there, and to look at yourself in the mirror and feel bad about what's occurred and what's happened to you, because it's not your fault. It's not your fault at all. And we cope, we deal with it. We're survivors. That's the end. We're survivors.
Absolutely. And if you guys want, not only can you get it, but you can get an autographed copy of it for $25. All right. And he's going to hand sign it. That's pretty cool. And
with finger paint.
Absolutely. Maybe some like chicken wing grease or some bacon grease. And he's just going to put no. And then he's going to like, all right, I better eat some more bacon. Straight to jail. But just like I said, I feel every time like we talk about this book, I'm like, man, I feel like a shitty friend. Like, I still haven't made it. And it's even big font, spaced out. Like, it's super readable. I know. And it's funny because like the only books that I've ever actually read were like the Tucker Max book series. I got through them. I did. They're hilarious. I was like, holy shit. Like, even through high school, I never read a book. I don't know. Shout out to all my teachers. Somehow I made it through there. Never read a book. I don't know. And then like Tucker Max, I was like, oh shit, these are funny. And I mean, I'm not scared to admit it. I read them all while pooping. Spent a lot of time pooping. And real quick too, if anybody else spends a lot of time pooping, check out this from one of our friends.
My bro day is better than toilet paper. You see, toilet paper just smears your poop all over the place and never leaves you with that successful wipe you're looking for. The Broday works just like a shower. It uses a clean stream of water to wash away all the poop from your bum, leaving you just needing to pat dry with a towel or some toilet paper. You can even control the pressure with just a twist of the knob, and it's even got a front wash for the ladies out there. If you're looking for a better alternative to toilet paper, you need to try the Broday. So here's...
You guys can check it out, broday.com or broday.co. Forget what it is, but the skid mark, it ends here. It is the skid mark Terminator. Check them out. Use code BEARDLAWS. I don't think I really have one, and if it doesn't work, then just pay full price. I don't think I have a code. But
can I say something?
Absolutely.
I remember being at the hospital with my wife when she was giving birth to the baby, and they didn't have a Broday, but they had a bidet.
Yeah,
and it was warm water.
And you got a warm water one? Mine's not warm.
Let me just tell you, like, I was just like, I'm gonna be in here when you're giving birth. Okay, I'm just gonna stay in here.
Isn't it nice?
It was amazing, dude. It was amazing, and the seats were warm too.
Oh, what? They really
have to have like a weird guy sit on it first.
No. Oh, your cat's just like raging out right now. Did you give us some catnip?
No, he just jumped in shit. And
yes, pulverize your poop chute with the Broday. Yeah, I'm not. I have the Brodays in all of the bathrooms in my house, which I don't want to sound like a baller. It's 2, and it does a fantastic job. But I just want to let the fellas know, if you do hit the front spray, it is going to hit your balls. It doesn't feel great. Just throwing it out there. I had to test it. You know what I mean? But it does a phenomenal job. And I'm a guy that I poop a lot. You know what I mean? I got some stomach problems. I'm on there a lot. And I'm going to tell you what, anybody that knows, it doesn't matter if you're a fella, lady, you start, you poop too much. It's going to hurt wiping. I don't care unless you're going to spend like, the Cadillac of toilet paper. I buy the cheap shit. I'm a little bit cheap on it, but I don't have to because I got the Broday. I spray the water right up the butt, dry it off, good to go. And then, you go back to the office and they don't have them. And it's just like, what? Why don't you have these? Now I'm in pain because I'm pooping at work with this very shitty toilet paper. And
why don't you ever use the bathroom here at work? Because I've got
I still do. I do. And I'm like, you guys need Brodays. So all kidding aside, if you guys need one, head out, check out the Broday. This is the one. And I want to be real. I've tried a bunch of other ones for, residential, for home life. This is by far the best one. And to be honest with you guys, I don't get paid to say this. This is just something that I truly like. And I think it's cool. I don't even have an affiliation code.
I may or may not be getting that link from you later.
Yeah, we're going to do that. And then, like I said, I don't have an affiliate. Like, this is just a product that I truly like. It's kind of like Drunk Engineers. You guys can go over and use JM86 or Dobby1. I'm pretty sure I don't have a promo code. I don't need one. I just support my dudes at Drunk Engineers because they're awesome. They're my favorite engineers that just get drunk. And they came out with a blackout edition. John Wayne toilet paper. You got 3 bathrooms? Man, you're a baller. You're a baller. I just found out he has like, what did you call it? Like a quarter bathroom right near you?
Yeah, we got in the base. It's basically the house was split. My wife's in the back laughing. Yeah, it's a quarter bathroom, woman. The basement was basically an apartment, and so it's got a kitchenette, and then the bathroom has a toilet.
Hey,
but the kitchen has a sink. You have 17 feet to walk to wash your hands. It's not far.
It's not that bad, And you probably should get a Broday in there regardless. But there's nothing worse than having a small bathroom. And then like you're doing your business, but the sink's right there. It's cool. Like if you had too much to drink and you got to puke and you don't want to get up and puke where you're pooping, you could just fill the sink up. Or if you're gonna need a drink or something, I guess while you're pooping, but that's the worst. You know what I mean? Like you're just right there. I'm shout out to that construction person that didn't force a sink in there. That's right. We're gonna look at the benefit of that.
That's right.
All right. I'm gonna get a promo code for the Jerky website, and we're gonna sling so much jerky. Yeah. All right. Well, holy. Well, it's 10 o'clock. That went really fast. The first time I looked at the clock today, realized it was 10. So you know the deal. We put you on the big screen. You tell the people whatever it is that you want, and take your time. Don't be nervous. I know it's been a little bit since you've been here. Don't be nervous. And it's funny, whenever we start talking about poop, the crowd gets silent. They're either for it or they're not. And I think poop is funny. I don't know.
It's funny.
All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's do it.
What's funny is the big screen is not something I'm used to. I'm used to the big mic, but and I don't mean Big Mike like Big Matt, but
sure you don't.
But Brandon J McDermott's my website. Check us out. We got merchandise. No, straight to jail hats, lunchbox review T-shirts. They're $16. They're cheap. I don't make much money off of them. I sell them that cheap so you can get a piece of merchandise from somebody you enjoy for an affordable price. This hat I paid for $14. I do not spend lots of money on my hats or my t-shirts, and I assume you don't like to either. You can also buy my book, Abandoned Brandon, on Amazon.com. It's $12.99. The audio copy, or the digital copy is $4.99. You can buy the autographed copy on my website, again, BrandonJMcDermott.com. Instagram and TikTok, Brandon J McDermott. Twitch, Brandon J McDermott. Facebook, Brandon J McDermott. Just Brandon J McDermott's where it's at. And so that's how you can find me. That's where you can find me. Yeah, any questions? I got my email on my website. I do voice recordings. And mostly I just try to make the people happy.
Yeah, absolutely nailed it. And for anybody that is rewatching this on YouTube, or you're on YouTube, you will see the links below. I think I have a couple out there: Instagram, TikTok, hopefully the website. If not, we'll edit it for by the time you're watching. And people that are straight just listening to this, you're welcome for your ears being pleasured by Brandon J McDermott. Yeah, he is like pleasuring ears so greatly for what, I don't know, what, 15 years maybe? I don't know.
On and off for about 20 years.
20 years. Bluegrass Bearded. Timing is everything. Guys, right here, Bluegrass Bearded, he's going to be the guest next week. I was just getting ready to say, hey, thank you guys for watching, and, you know, the whole spiel, and next week. And then he popped in. So, yeah, spoiler alert, Bluegrass Bearded, who has an amazing YouTube channel, great social media presence, does a lot of cool reviews, beard advice, and he just came out. He's going to be putting out an app pretty soon. So super amazing, and just a great dude. And we're going to talk with him next week, 5/20/21. Same time, same place, except for he's going to be here an hour earlier. So just to let you know, an hour earlier. But yeah, your eardrums were definitely tickled. So Brandon, obviously, man, I can't thank you enough. I'm glad we were able to, you know, sit down, just kind of chat about it. You know, this has been a long time coming, and you guys are going to hopefully start seeing him whenever he's available on Thursdays again, and I'm super excited about it. And thanks a lot, man. And not only thanks to you, but thanks to everybody that watched this, and thanks for everybody that, you know, is still watching this. Maybe you're watching this on replay and you made it to this point. You guys are the real MVPs of the YouTube. Ask Brandon, ask Ken, ask anybody that is on YouTube. You guys are the real MVPs for we really appreciate those views and those likes and all that good stuff. So yeah, and yeah, his wife does make great cookies. Not good cookies, great cookies.
And Matt, I just want to say thanks. I appreciate the opportunity, and you will be seeing us here live on Beard Laws News.
Let's go. I'm super excited about it. So yeah, thanks everybody. Obviously, Triple T, 9 p.m. this coming Tuesday. It's gonna be episode 33. Rumor has it Larry Bird might be here. That's a lie. But we're going to find somebody who's either 33 years old, likes the number 33, or they'll just be like, at this point, the way beards are falling, maybe there's only going to be 3 beards left on the show. So we're going to be back there. And then obviously, like we just said, this Thursday, a week from today, 9 p.m., we got Bluegrass Bearded, and I'm super excited to talk about it. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Brandon. And yeah, that's it. That's all I got to say. I'm going to hit the outro. All right. Bye, everybody.